Welcome back to some SNHU esports. Today I am joined with Matt. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm glad to be back casting Overwatch. Been a little hiatus casting exclusively Smash, but it's good to be back on my home turf with my home game, my beloved.
That's right. I mean, who we up against now? We're on the topic of Overwatch. So that's what we're here with.
We got NBF green tonight.
That's right. Well, why don't we switch to the maps while we're here? Actually, what do you think the outpicks can be for this game? Obviously, I haven't seen a lot of the Overwatch games. You've seen a lot more than I have. What do you think their current strat is for right now?
Yeah, so recently we've been favoring rush maps. That's the Antarctica and the Lijiang, but we're coming out with the Oasis here. I think that we might have been able to get the ban here tonight, so Oasis was probably picked by the other team because that's usually not a map that we favor.
I was gonna say I don't really see that too much,
but it's going to be very interesting to see how SNHU Sapphire is going to take this map. This is not usually one that we go for. Usually we look for Lijiang, Antarctica, the new map that just came out. We've really been favoring that lately because it plays really well to that those rush comps that we like so much. But we just have to see. We have to see where this one goes.
So with the current mid-season patch out, what has been the big changes for Overwatch?
So the funny thing is, I think that the mid-season patch, obviously it just came out.
Right.
Outside of the One Punch Man collab, it feels to me as if there hasn't been a substantial impact yet.
Okay.
Obviously that's probably likely to change. But throughout this whole just competitive season, this game has been so flexible in terms of metas. You'll see tanks playing a little bit of everything. D.Va's really strong. Ryan's pretty good. Ramatra is still good even after the nerfs. You can play Junker Queen. You can play Hamster. There's so much you can do, and you build entire comps around that tank pick. So it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah, it looks like we're actually going to see the double Ryan here, and it's almost it's the exact same comp between both of these guys right now. So normally, I mean,
worth noting, we got baited. We are on Lijiang Tower.
That's true.
The bait and switch there from lobby leader, gonna have to chew them out later. But yeah, this rush comp is really good for control center. You're gonna see teams looking to take this server room, white room inside, and just try to take that space before the other team. Because if you can, you just have a wall of death right down this hallway.
Because definitely, I mean, I feel like this is the most common way to push. Yeah, I mean, we see both of these tanks and just the teams in general just engaging with each other. Both walls are going up, and Pepto gonna try and do a lot of damage as well. As Siren will get one on their other Junkrat. That's already a player down. They're gonna be able to get the advantage here. And as they start to push out, again, Pepto getting another kill, and the point unlocks very soon here. Alpha will fall, and now SNHU Sapphire are gonna be able to cap this point from what it looks like.
Yeah, that pick on tree there on the Junkrat is so huge because that alleviates so much pressure off of SNHU Sapphire, particularly console noob on the Rhine. Now there's nothing to come out, and that wall is huge to isolate Prometheus.
Yeah, Prometheus now going to lose his shield. All he can do is really start to swing his hammer back and forth here. Alpha going to keep him alive, though, as he starts to fall a little bit. Both of the damages from Green will fall very soon here, and console noob just going to wreck him as much as he can, and One Trick and Beasel is they're just holding them back in their spawn now. I mean, they're just camping them there.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you play this map. When you're on that rush comp, especially the rush mirror, you want to take as much space as you possibly can, and if they give it to you, you take it. You're seeing they're playing back a little bit. They probably want to bait out some ults, maybe get them to commit, and then use Beasel's window here. But they're going around a little bit. That wall doesn't get as much value, and Pepto goes down.
Unfortunately, yeah, so that wall is going to be a really big issue for them here because now they're going to be able to rush out here just like that. Tree going to be able to try and get some damage out. Console noob again going to assert his dominance on point and just do his best, but that immortality field comes up and he tries to keep him alive as long as he can. And console noob again on extremely low AP, beat comes out, going to be able to stabilize the health for a little bit as long as they can here.
One Trick going in on this map, and that means his focus is away from the Rhine, which means that Rhine is not getting any healing on either side. but SNHU's numbers are so much better than... Oh, the snipe on the Lucio cuts me off mid-sentence. That was a beautiful little catch for Osiren.
Yeah, Osiren literally jumping high in the air. They're going to be able to get that kill. That's going to put them in a pretty decent spot. If we're looking at ultimates right now, we do see Green with 4 ults right now. Obviously, we don't need to... I would assume that they don't need 4 ultimates in order to get point there, but, you know, we obviously have May's ultimate. That is going to come out from Pepto here, actually.
Huge.
And going to be able to block him off. The Immortality Field comes out, but they can't save him, and he's down just like that. And now, Green just has to wait for their tank as Sapphire starts to push up here.
Ooh, Console Noob getting a little low there, having to expend a lot of that shield health, and now they're just taking a little bit of poke. The tire coming in. So much value!
The wall just broke and he was able to slide it right in there. Gonna be able to get most of the team, and Console Noob will fall to him. If that's not play of the game, I don't know what is. That is a 5K from Tree.
Tree just got the ace. It all showed up in the kill feed at once. There's no disputing it. No kills stolen, and now NBF Green able to take that with just 1 ult. Ult economy very much in favor of NBF Green.
Most definitely. We see this window come out as well for Green here, and they're just going to be able to just try and hold them as much as they can. Of course, they try and window back, but it's just not enough, and they're gonna be down just like that.
Yeah, that blizzard was so huge. Prometheus dies really late, although Biso trades and so does Console Noob, so it doesn't really matter. But you might see NBF back up just a little bit because SNHU Sapphire spawns are just that so much closer, and you can see Osiren starting to take that space. NBF committed a lot of ults there, and I don't think all of them were necessary. That blizzard was so huge, and now they're down in the ult economy.
I mean, don't forget the beat they still have. It could come out very soon here as they slowly starts to get point, but Pepto gonna be able to get down most of these players here. Again, the beat does come out, and they're gonna try and keep as long as they can. Unfortunately, it's only Rush, Birdie, and Tree, and with the rest of Sapphire there, they're just gonna take a point just like that.
Look, game's got to recognize game. I'm a Ryan player. That shatter from Console Noob.
Yeah.
Mwah. Picture perfect. Getting the stragglers down after the bat pick, making sure that nothing can happen. And now NBF Green only has Prometheus on the ball as contest. We gotta see how long this is gonna last.
Yeah, we do see a switch as well to Tree, as well, going for a Tracer, just trying to get there as long as they can. May's ultimate does come out, and Prometheus is going to fall just like that. Tree is the last remaining player, just trying his best to be able to get that point on there. But Birdie comes back as well with the Lucio, keeping the overtime as long as they can, trying to get this. But unfortunately, it's going to fall down just like that with the first round going to Sapphire.
Yeah, no, those stagger situations, you have to hope for a full-on Deus Ex Machina, a literal miracle play to happen there. And it just didn't materialize for NBF Green. Great recovery, though, after a good few dominant fights from SNHU Sapphire.
But a lot of ultimates came out in that process at the same time, though.
Oh, absolutely. I think NBF Green could have made that a lot closer by not overcommitting in that fight where they used the blizzard. There was a shatter, a blizzard, and a window that came out all at once, and the beat came out too late to save Alpha on the Baptiste, so they just crumbled.
Yeah, unfortunately for them. But now on this other version here, the team comps wise, we do see a Zen and a Cassidy out as well. What are the benefits of that over the Sim and May that Green has?
I mean, it's all built around Console Noob on the Wrecking Ball. This Wrecking Ball is so disruptive. You can see no fear. You're just able to go in, harass the backline, and get out for free. It means that they have no direction to look for NBF Green, because no matter where they look, they're exposed somewhere. You can see Prometheus already low.
Yeah, Prometheus gonna get that kill on Pepto though, and Console Noob gonna try and get his supports here. Osiren gonna be able to cancel that out and get these nice shots right here off of Alpha and Tree, and just they're gonna start to push in. It's still contested here, and it looks like right now Sapphire is gonna be mostly dominant on this point because Prometheus just died. Osiren, I think that was a 3K from him.
Something like that. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can see how they want to play this. They have so many characters for SNHU Sapphire that can just take their own off angle. You have Biso on the Zenyatta, which can pump out a lot of damage. Kiriko likes to take off angles, get those kunais into people's heads. Pepto on the Tracer likes to take off angles and just assassinate supports. And the mines come out really early from all that disruption earlier on in this fight.
Yeah, Pepto gonna knock down Pro there. And again, like you said, those mines are gonna do a lot of damage here. It doesn't look like anybody's gonna run into them anytime soon. I stand corrected though. Alpha will fall to them, and Osiren and Console Noob just doing what they do best, working together, and they reclaim that point once again.
Yeah, I'm almost looking for a comp swap from NBF Green here. I think you are going to have a very, very tough time playing into this really really just difficult comp is the best way to describe it. Very pokey and frustrating to play into, especially when you're a rush comp that wants to look at one thing at once, and this comp doesn't really grant you the ability to do that, unfortunately.
They use this the Symmetra teleport actually to get onto point really quick here. The window does come out, as well as the immortality field. Pepto will get one with his ultimate, as he's, like you said, harassing these backlines here, just getting as much damage as he can down, and just overall doing his best. Kitsune comes out, attacking each other back and forth. Console Noob will get one, and the wall also coming out, and there's just so much happening here right now. One trick, everybody just gonna be able to knock off these players left and right.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see per map damage stats, but I'd have to wager Prometheus not doing so hot on the Rhine right now. I think it's just a comp diff. He just has to shield at all times, either Osiren or Pepto or Biso or One Trick. He has to pick one, and if he picks one, then he's exposed on every other angle. It's so devastating, and especially now that Pepto has another pulse bomb, that's just another thing to watch out for.
Deadeye comes out, looks like he's not gonna get anything there, and it's just the mines again. They are so devastating. We're gonna be able to get two of the team already. A Siren isolating this 1v1, but will get walled off, and Pepto again just getting these nice kills here. We actually did see a switch for Tree going to a Sombra, and just like that, Sapphire wins that again.
Yeah,
gonna be able to hold that really well.
No, I think that shows really the importance of adaptation, particularly in this meta. We saw a very, very solid recovery from NBF Green on that control center map, especially with this huge play from Tree here.
Yeah, that was insane.
When NBF was not able to play their own game and had to take fights on SNHU's terms, it ended up backfiring really, really poorly for them. So I think that was just a game that came down to NBF deciding not to adapt and just playing what they're comfortable with, and it bit them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw on the second variation of Lijiang, I don't think their Ryan even used the Shatter at all. He kind of just held on to it, or I don't think he even
built it. He never had an opportunity to swing on anything.
That's true.
In that rush comp as Ryan, you're able to swing on the other Ryan, get that ult charge, get those fire strikes out because everyone's kind of playing in lines, so you can build that Shatter really fast. But into a ball comp like that, what are you going to look at as Ryan?
I mean, there's not a lot of close players you can really play with. I mean, I guess like a Tracer, but Tracer is just going to blink away. I mean, you can't really do much.
Tracer plays out of your effective range. Ball is too fast for you to look at. Kiriko has a free TP out at any time. Zenyatta is way too far in the back to even go for, because you'll be getting yourself way too vulnerable unless you're able to immediately as a team go on to that Zen.
Right.
If they're going to stick that rush comp, that's what you need to look for, because Biso on that Zen is the only immobile player.
That's true,
in that ball comp. You have to commit onto the Zen or you will get nothing done.
I feel like if they got the Zen
plainly, but like that's just how it is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like if they did rush onto that Zen, I don't know how well of a benefit could have been done, because if they rush onto the Zen, I feel like most of the team could just rotate like away from the attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Overwatch. Okay, I say this all the time. This might be a hot take.
Okay,
but I'm gonna send it out there.
Right.
Overwatch is not a first-person shooter. It's not a MOBA. It's a resource management game. Every single thing in that game is a resource. Time is a resource. Space is a resource. Damage is a resource. And you know what else is a resource? Player numbers. If you can get that Zen pick early, you are up resources.
That's okay.
They are down a major healer and a major source of damage because you won't have that Discord orb. So you just need to make something happen. We saw NBF just kind of sitting, lurking on point, taking that Symmetra teleporter and just standing there. They couldn't aggress on anything because of the engage angle they were taking, which meant that SNHU could just, okay, I'll let you do that, and then would kill their entire team slowly but surely, which led to them having less fights than they should have as well, because NBF would just stagger a little bit here and there, and it would just add up.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Well, Sapphire took it for that round. What map do we have up next, actually, now that we're looking at it? It looks like we do have Hybrid. Blizzard World. Honestly, one of my personal favorites. I love this map.
Really?
Yeah.
Pearl will fight you. Pearl hates Blizzard World.
Hey, when I'm playing by myself and I'm doing my own thing, I like Blizzard World. That's my hot take.
Look, I don't mind it. I don't mind it personally. There's so much you can do here. usually, I mean, you can run so much on Blizzard World. It's such a fun map because it has so many approach angles. You have from top side, from left, from right, like far coast. You can go right side, lower room, wrap all the way around, flip the map so that you're basically defending on that first choke after you cap the first point. So there's so many ways you can take this map. I'm excited to see what everybody pulls out because there's so much variety on this map and in this meta.
Would you say that this map is would be like valid for a dive comp per se? Would you think like Monkey or Doom would be pretty good?
Oh, absolutely. I think if they were going to go for a dive comp, it'd probably be a Diva or a Doomfist right now. In leaked Overwatch league scrims that we've seen, Doomfist has been played really competitively now, and just in my own play and from the play of others around me, Doomfist feels really strong right now in just being able to go in, get a pick or a lot of damage or whatever, and just get out. So I'm really excited to see what they do here for both teams. I'm almost expecting the Wrecking Ball, though, because Console Noob has shown great proficiency at it.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he's. I feel like I only ever see him play Wrecking Ball for the most part.
The Winston into the Ramatra for NBF Green. That's none of the things that I said. But the Winston does really work for the attack here. Winston's so good at taking space and isolating characters. That bubble shield is not just for yourself. A lot of the time, especially at higher level, you're going to want to use that to split, say, the Ramatra from his heals. If you get a shield in between Ramatra and the Anabap support duo, then Ramatra is just left out to dry, has no heals, and only has himself to sustain himself.
But if Ramatra were to exit the shield, doesn't his fist go through the shield anyway? So would that be like... Would that be like counterable or no?
The idea is you're not playing, and I think we're gonna see it from Console Noob. With these Winston bubbles, ideally you're not playing to stop damage. You're playing to use them to stop healing.
I see.
Look at how quickly they get everyone off high. One trick goes down really fast, which is rather unfortunate. But Pepto has a lot of space to work right now.
Yeah, his old side here. It looks like that ability is going to come out pro. Going to get Biso real quick here, and that's already their main healer down. I mean, One Trick can have good healing. Lucio in general can have pretty good healing, but it's not as consistent, I would say, here. And right now, they're just really backed up right now. I feel like they're just waiting for Biso to come back.
Yeah, when you're down 2 like that, it's not smart to keep engaging. That is a ranked player mindset where it's always winnable, sure, but sometimes winnable means next fight. That was a great disengage, and now they're playing this a little slow so that they can get their numbers up and get their resources up.
Yeah, right now, the Sapphire looking like they're actually pretty low at the moment. Monkey as well. He's going to fall to the McCree. Window comes out, and they just have to defend against that. I mean, Ramatra going into his, I believe, his armored form. I'm not sure what the official name is, but Hepta will come out with the showstopper, not the showstopper, the overclock as well.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, getting that Ana.
I mean, SNHU is going to spawn faster, especially that Winston. Winston comes back so fast. They're just going to want to take this nice shot from Tree, though. The read from long range. And now SNHU crumbles for it.
Yeah, most of their team kind of just went down here. All Pepto can really do is try to back up here. Again, wait for his team. Biso just trying to get some picks here, just inflicting damage. And there's not a lot of what they could do. Green already going to have this Ramatra ultimate as well. Going to be able... I believe it's a max of 20 seconds now, if that's right, and even so.
I think it's 25. It's still very long. This BAP is getting crushed right now. Great coordination from SNHU Sapphire, and now NBF Green's main healer is down.
Yeah, but it looks like Alpha here is going to pop the ultimate as well, and they're just going to try to do enough damage as much as possible. The B comes out as well. Biso is able to get one. However, Alpha does get one trick in the end, as well as both of SNHU's healers right now. The Winston ultimate coming out, just going to knock everybody off of point as fast as he can right now, and May is just going to tunnel up here. It's basically a fight between him and the Ramatra, and it looks like they could get point here, but they're holding on pretty strong.
SNHU has better spawns. A long fight favors them. Unless NBF comes in with something clutch, this Blizzard might be huge, but if they can burn this Ramatra right here and right now, this is first point captured for SNHU.
And unfortunately for them, though, it looks like most of their team is going to be coming back pretty early here. Alpha still at a relatively nice HP. We do see him, again, pop into that fist form, but he is going to fall just like that. I mean, when everybody's shooting at you, there's not a lot what you can do. And they take point just like that.
Yeah, like I said, that long fight really favored SNHU. It allowed Pepto to build that ultimate. Biso getting halfway to his next Kitsune rush. Meanwhile, NBF Green commits a Deadeye for nothing. Of course, that's not the worst ult to commit into a lost fight. Really just, you know, we make jokes about zoning ults, but that is legitimately a zoning ult. Meanwhile, as I talk, Rush Birdie gets taken out from a kunai to the head from Biso. That's so huge and means that they can't take this fight very well, although I say it, and one trick goes down. Biso's very low.
Yeah, Biso's running as fast as he can right now from that Ramatra, just trying to get away. And as he isolates his fight with the Mei right now, there's just so much happening, because I feel like Sapphire right now is not pushed up, but I feel like they were a little bit overextended, if I'm right there.
I mean, Overwatch is really a game of give and take. They thought they could get that space, and it got punished for it, but at the same time, Tree goes down. A lot of ults coming out for NBF, though.
Yeah, the Kitsune and the window here, and Alpha falls here, but he is able to trade tanks, so that's going to be something pretty big. But it looks like for New Sapphire right now, they're actually holding up pretty well here. They will get their BAP and possibly their Ana as well from the looks of it, and they're just pushing them back. But no one is on cart. Oh, now someone's on cart,
yeah.
but for a little bit there, it wasn't. But they were able to push them back again because of that trade there, and now they're going to be able to just pull up the cart a little bit more.
I believe we have a minor comp change coming in from NBF Green right as Pepto absolutely obliterates Rush Birdie with that overclock. I did see a Brig coming out from NBF Green and then promptly dying.
Yeah, Constantinople with that ultimate as well, gonna knock off most of their team here. I believe that was pretty big. I want to say a 4K coming off from him there, and that's just insane to me.
I don't think it was entirely strictly necessary. I think they win the fight even if Console Noob goes down, but those self-preservation instincts kind of just go more. They take the front seat to, you know, smart ult usage sometimes. I think that is one of those ults that you're fine with getting rid of. You're going to have the Pulse Bomb to take out some resources, and now that they have no BAP for NBF Green, Osiren's going to be looking for something big. No Immortality Field to stop it.
Most definitely. I mean, Osiren's bomb there is going to be insane, but as this fight starts to break out here, Alpha will get Constantinople. Again, going to be able to get that tank, and that's going to be the biggest thing right now. Pepto going to try his best to really get a lot of damage off Osiren with that pulse bomb, gonna get the Brig as well, and Alpha is gonna be relatively low here. I mean, the Kiriko will heal him to pretty high here, but it looks like again he's still just getting pretty low, but he's gonna retreat, and he's not gonna fall right then and there.
Yeah, this fight is going to be a big test for NBF Green. This is another extended team fight, and if it continues to go Snoo's way, this is going to be a bad omen for the rest of this map, but one trick going down might bring things into their favor, and I think it will.
Yeah, Alpha and Pro right now going to be able to knock off those damages and supports really quick. Constantinople will fall here, and right now on NBF Green, it's only Pro that's really down right now, but their Kiriko's gone as well, so that could also be something very big, but Osiren looks like he's just trying to poke damage, and he's going to fall to Tree there, so it looks like NBF Green is going to win this fight.
Yeah, that's huge. That's the first real extended team fight that NBF Green has been able to secure a dub on in this map, and you know, if you don't win that, that's just crushing. Osiren's swapping to the Echo here, maybe thinking that it'll be better to maybe execute some targets, especially with that Reaper coming out, just being able to play out of that range, out of off of low ground.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, NBF Green doesn't really have any hit skins right now, but the fight is going to come out, and NBF Green's ultimates as well is also pretty high up on the list. Right now, they're just really waiting on Pro, but Constantinople will come out with the Monkey ultimate, gonna knock off Brig very quick here and just try and push everybody back. Alpha is also gonna fall to that, and Osiren is gonna wipe out the rest of the team here. It's only Pro left, and he's just trying his best to escape as fast as he can, and he won't be able to do it. And this cart is getting really close to the point here. I want to say that it's almost game, but I could be wrong. The Kitsune comes out as well as the ultimates. Everything is being popped right now.
So many ults coming out, and all of them are good, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get any value because the beat comes in from one trick and it's huge, but it's not huge enough.
Are they going to be able to fall? I mean, Alpha is going to get one trick. I mean, and most of the team is just going to be wiped out right then and there. Pepto's going to try to retreat as fast as he can. The Reaper ultimate comes out to finish them off. And now they're kind of holding them pretty close to this spawn.
Yeah, there's 10 seconds left. One trick might maybe kind of be able to get a touch here, but it's going to be close.
Most definitely, and then
he dies.
Doesn't look like they're gonna be able to make it all the way. SNHU just barely there, and they're not gonna be able to finish that point off. But now that they're on the defense here, do you think they'll be running not the same comp, but something similar?
I think SNHU is going to want to really slow the pace down, maybe with like a Sigma comp, just really pokey and sort of stop NBF Green from being able to play the game on their own terms. When NBF Green is able to take those fights when they want to, where they want to, how they want to, they're winning them. And they're getting really aggressive when they need to, they're backing out when they need to, and they're getting the resources out of SNHU that they want to. But that being said, when SNHU is able to take the initiative really strongly, it ends up in them not being able to get much done. I'm interested to see this D.Va coming out.
I mean, this D.Va can eat a lot of stuff. I mean, if they're playing Ramattra, can she can eat Ramatra's bullets, is that right? Or his little rocks that he throws out?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like that is overall just gonna be pretty big here, as most of I want to say most of NBF Green's characters mostly have projectiles, and you know, again, although D.Va's ability doesn't last for that long, it would still do a lot. I feel like, because that would make I feel like it'd make Alpha have to reload and, you know, just kind of back off a little bit more than he has to here. But a Torb is gonna not a Torb, Tracer. I thought a Torb would be coming out. That'd be surprising to feel like, especially on the attack.
Yeah, I think if you're NBF Green, especially with the support lineup, you want to adapt and swap something that can really pressure these long-range supports. They're going to be kind of isolated from the rest of their team, so that's going to be kind of the weak point that you're looking for, especially after Console uses those boosters, so they won't have any peel for it. Just looking to see how this develops here.
Yeah, it looks like we do see a Pharaoh Mercy come out, and you know, One Trick's just gonna try his best to really take that, but they're already gonna be on point pretty fast here. SNHU gonna have a somewhat kind of low HP. A Siren will take out Pro though, and right now that Pharaoh Mercy is doing a lot of damage to the team, but he will fall very quickly to a Siren here, and they're able to push him back pretty successfully.
Yeah, I don't think this is the comp to play into this. I think you need to do something that can actively aggress on a single member of the team, although Pepto goes down a little late. No, Mercy res and NBF Green has better spawns. Nice nade from One Trick, though, to delay the push just a little bit.
Yeah, now that they're going to be a little bit back here, you know, SNHU's going to get most of it right now, but he's going to deal a lot of damage really quick here. Alpha already having to switch to his form here, and he falls down just like that. A Siren will finish it off for him, and now they're just pushing him back. We already see D.Va having his ultimate, and all of NBF Green is literally falling right now, and Sapphire is just able to hold their ground.
Yeah, you know how that all started? It all started with a nade from One Trick.
Oh, wow.
Alpha came in, was ready to start pummeling, and became purple, got no healing. There was nothing he could do, and the Suzu came in a little too late to cleanse. We see the comp change coming in from NBF Green, that D.Va coming out. I think that might be what they needed, just to put some pressure onto One Trick and Biso here.
Would you say a D.Va and D.Va would be like a pretty good like counter, not a counter, but like a pretty good tactic?
I mean, you just have to force the resources out of console noobs first.
That's fair, but a Siren gonna pop his ultimate as well, his visor, gonna try and get a lot of picks as well, and it just works out over and over again for them. All is left is Rush Birdie, but he's just gonna get taken out really quick here and just accepts his fate just like that. And they just haven't been able to, I don't think they've been able to really, they've been able to touch point, but they haven't been able to really get it too far even.
Yeah, the thing is, NBF Green is gonna have some ults coming in here. You're gonna watch this Transcendence from Biso on the Zenyatta. That can be absolutely fight turning, especially with no Ana from NBF Green to negate it at all.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be pretty good here. As they start to come out, it looks like they're kind of getting, I want to say, a little bit more aggressive here as they start to come out. Pepto gonna get this ultimate, switch to a D.Va. Now having two D.Vas on one, that is just a lot to go at each other at the same time. He's gonna try and chase down this Echo here, trying to get the kill, but bro, gonna get slept by One Trick here, and again, it's just so much happening all at once.
God, One Trick has been playing so well tonight. These nades and these sleeps have come in at such opportune times, sort of saving SNHU from very unideal scenarios, and this stagger is gonna be huge. Oh no!
It looks like he won't be able to finish off Alpha really quick there. He will get him out of his mech, but now I feel like it's just going to take a longer time.
That's ideal. That's so ideal. because Alpha, they can't push without a tank.
Oh, that's true.
Why? I think Alpha had the nuke, but I think you just need to play and swap here. Now Alpha's already down. The fight's even, but with Console Noob still alive, it very much doesn't favor them.
Yeah, both of Sapphire's damages are down a little bit here, but the Console Noob, again, is just able to carry that for them. I mean, being able to dive with those jets and the missiles as well, it's just a lot of damage that is being dealt so much. And now, within this overtime, they're just going to be trying as much as they can. Console Noob does have this ultimate as well, not to mention the damage boost, or I think that's what it was. But yeah, even so, whether it was or not, Sapphire just held that really, really well.
This is going to sound goofy and wacky. NBF Green needed to swap off D.Va there and swap back onto D.Va there. I kid you not. So what happened there was Alpha for NBF Green, we saw the mech go down, and then SNHU just didn't push. It seems counterintuitive, but for Baby D.Va, that's mechless Pilot D.Va, you just want to let her exist for as long as possible, because the longer she is not in mech,
they don't have a tank.
They don't have a tank.
Right.
So
okay.
So how are they supposed to push?
They can't unless they switch to, like, I don't know, Bastion, but Bastion doesn't have enough HP for that.
Bastion doesn't have enough HP, doesn't have any mobility.
Yeah, he can't really do much.
So really, the play there as Alpha, you have two options. One, you jump. You jump, you end it all so you can get the respawn for the next fight. Or, number two, you swap off D.Va, swap back to D.Va, you get your mech back, you lose the ult, but you're able to take a fight as 5, rather than taking a really awkward sort of 3-2 stagger push. Just because then, SNHU was just able to capitalize. They lost some players there, so if NBF were able to take an opportune fight there as 5, that fight could have gone a completely opposite direction.
I mean, I think Sapphire played that really well. I don't know if that was. I thought you said D was part of, like, a dive comp, or it can be part of a dive comp, but it felt like they were playing Poke most of the time.
Yeah, so D.Va on defense is really good at protecting that defense matrix. What you would notice Console Noob do is, once NBF swapped to the D.Va, did you catch this when Console Noob saw that D.Va going in on his supports? He would turn right around and would just hard matrix them so that they could get safe, and the DPS could deal the damage to either demech the D.Va or force her back.
I see. Okay.
D.Va's so interesting because you could play her so many different ways.
And not to mention, I feel like she's pretty, like, not easy to play, but she's like her controls wise, it's like not really hard to learn either.
Yeah, the difficulty with D.Va is just balancing all the things you have to do. It's like you're in a kitchen, and you just, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're cleaning up the mess that, like, Jim Bob from last shift left you all. Someone put ice in the fryer, so you got to go deal with it now.
Yeah.
You just got to go round and round, spinning in circles, doing 50 million different things, and that's the difference between a good D.Va and a mediocre D.Va. Where mediocre D.Vas, they're gonna have that good mechanics, they're gonna be able to secure kills, but they're not gonna be able to balance that with protecting their team and taking space for their team, so that their DPS and their supports can both live and get value.
Well, I think Console Noob played it pretty well there.
I would agree.
And now that they won that, I believe it's best out of 5, right? So we still got one more game here. What map do we have next?
Yeah, this is always best of 5, so they could run this back.
Okay, it looks like we are going to be in a little bit of a tech timeout right now. What would you say your best part? What do you think the best parts of the game that was?
I mean, it's just, it was just masterful play all around. Everybody was doing their job. I mean,
do you think like a support change would change the output of the game, or would you say it's mainly tank?
I don't know. I feel like It's tough to say just because, like, so many things, you can change so many individual parts of a team comp. So, but I have to ponder this question.
Okay.
This is a toughie for me.
Well,
so we're going to take a short break.
Yeah. And we'll be back very soon. Welcome back from that small break there. We apologize for that, but we are going to get right into this next game here. What map do we have up?
Ooh,
Shambali.
Shambali Monastery.
What do you think? What are your thoughts about that?
I don't know about that. That's a lot. I've still been contemplating my orb and sort of trying to figure out the answer to that last map. I was talking to you about it during the break there, and I think the opportunity there was just to do a comp swap with a little more direction and just sort of bait out Console Noob's resources a little more. I'm going to look for that in this next map, for them to sort of ignore the tank except for the resource pool that he has.
All right, but now that we're on Shambali here, I think we see. I want to. Is this? Would you say more of a poke comp from Sapphire here? I mean, we see the Sigma, we see the Hanzo as well, but Osiren is going. I want to say, but Tracer's not really a dive. I mean, I think she goes in pretty deep. I don't understand that too much.
Yeah, I think that Tracer's just going to be to get a little bit of pressure on, say the BAP and the Ana for NBF Green, just sort of. Stop them from playing comfortably. Alternatively, as we're seeing here, they're the main core of Sapphire is taking a lot of space up top here, while Osiren is just pushing this cart. you can kind of do it either way, and this is working effectively. Huge rock onto Prometheus.
Yeah, nice rock coming out there. Gonna be able to push most of NBF Green just back here, and now they're gonna have all the space to really work with.
Look at this angle they're taking. They're just going behind them. One Trick has the pocket onto onto Console Noob, and Console Noob gets antied, but should be able to live there as long as it doesn't get stuck on the wall too long, and he does. That pocket's coming in huge, although Tree does get a nice little headshot onto Osiren.
Yeah, Siren is gonna fall there, but I don't think it makes too much of a big difference because the only difference now is that the pressure is not there, and Pepto is still gonna hit his shots very perfectly here, and Console Noob is just gonna not sit back, but he's just gonna be able to get all these nice shots. However, he does get antied, and he will fall to Alpha really quick here, but they do trade tanks, and now it's all up to the DPS to just, get each other out.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really weird, tough fight. Tree is wearing the weight of the world on his shoulders, but meanwhile, Alpha takes some of it off of him.
Yeah, Alpha is going to get Osiren here, and now that most of their damages kind of have to go back here. It's only Constant Noob and this NBSO here, and now they just kind of have to work with whatever they have at the moment while they wait for their damages.
Yeah, luckily for SNHU Sapphire, spawns are really close, so they can take this space sort of tentatively while they get spawns back. And now that those spawns are back, they can kind of take this fight however they please, especially with so many ults coming out for SNHU Sapphire.
Yeah, we see the Transcendence come out as well, not to mention the Console Noob's ultimate, but the Immortality field comes down. Pepto with the Dragon, though, will get two, and that is one of the supports as well, and that is a team kill.
That is a gorgeous little set play. Comboing the Gravitic Flux into those Dragon Strike dragons. No Immortality field is going to save you from that, Bucko. That is a metric a butt ton of damage, as we call it in the business. But speaking of metric butt ton of damage, Alpha gets 3.
Getting those 3 there, gonna get the main damages from Sapphire, and now it's only Osiren and Visa. I mean, they can't really do too much on their own except really just wait for their team. I mean, that was a big ultimate coming out from Green there, but I want to say they're still up, like again, ultimates wise. I mean, they still have window, and they're gonna have Ramatra ultimate pretty soon.
Yeah, Ramatra ult is so huge. It's been nerfed, but it's still fat, and especially with these nades that have been so good from Zeronex, it's going to be so tragic to even try to fight in that. You're hoping to kind of extend this so that Iso can get some of the ult charge for the Transcendence, but with those ults, with those nades coming out, it's going to be really difficult.
But the window does come out here, and now so much is happening. Alpha is trying to get Pepto really quick here, but again, Pepto just trying to find him as much as he can. He will get nanoed, and Tree does get a Siren. The ultimate comes out, but it doesn't matter because Pepto is going to put an end to that before any more can happen, and it looks like they're not going to be able to cap this point right away. Just a meter away again. The Dragon coming out again, going to get 2 of their main players, and now it's all down to their Kyoko, and they can't do anything about that.
Pepto shot arrows good.
Yeah, the Dragon from Pepto, I'm pretty sure he had two of those ultimates, and they hit. I want to say they hit the same players, but he does get slept here, and Pepto again racking up these kills and just taking Prometheus away from Green.
God, One Trick has been on fire tonight. Pepto's been on fire tonight. Console Noob has been on fire tonight. All 3 of them just so in sync on these sleep punishes. Meanwhile, I believe we just have Osiren just sitting there.
He's doing his own thing.
On point. Just chilling. He's just happy to be there.
I mean, they're all playing poke right now. I don't think Osiren could really do too much except really move Carton. That's what he's doing best. However, Pepto will get that honor there. It's going to be pretty big for SNHU, but that Sigma ultimate gets a lot of them. A lot of damages come out, and Pepto with Constant Noob just helping them both at the same time, and again, another team wipe.
All right, let's all collectively shed a nice little tear for our boy Prometheus, who got stunned twice in a row, reminiscent of Overwatch 1, the rock into the sleep, into the flux.
I mean, so much has happened there.
You can't be happy with that. That's not fun. That's not fun to play into. But it's so effective for SNHU, and look at all this space they have now.
Yeah, they're just pushing up so much. Again, like you said, with the rock, all he can do is try to block this now as he has or from his Zen there, and that's all can really happen. But One Trick does have the Nano ready, so does Xanax, so I wonder if any ultimates from them would come out pretty soon.
Keep an eye on Alpha here. I'm expecting the Blossom to come out, although the Dragons come out first, sort of isolating Console Noob, but the Trance comes out even bigger from Biso.
They're going to keep most of his team alive here. Pepto again with the Dragon. We know how deadly that is going to be. And NBF Green now only having 3 of their players up. Console Noob will get that again. Not to mention the Dragon came out, pushed most of the team back, and now I just feel like the duo between Console Noob and Pepto right now, they're just working really well together because they just wiped them out again.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's so in sync. Everything's clicking. Alpha just barely lives. I would kind of expect that Nano to come out onto Alpha instead. And now Ram just dies.
Yeah, but Console Noob will fall as well. I mean, he got Nano there and was able to take him out, but the DPS from Sapphire is too good, knocking off anybody else that was on point there. And SNHU takes that pretty fast, I want to say, especially for this map.
Yes. No,
you know, it was all right. You know,
no doubt about it. Capping a pure escort map with more than a minute left. That is, well, I don't want to rag on my boy Prometheus here, but that is a Herculean effort.
I mean, they did pretty well there. I mean, but now that Green is going to be on the push now, do you think their comp is going to be the same, or would you say they would switch it up a little bit?
I mean, I don't want to be that guy who's just like something no work, so swap comp.
Oh, it looks like, but they switched to Junker Queen though. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, we can see a lot of sort of rush comps, especially on this first point. So good to just sort of just kind of feed together collectively and just go up that staircase or up down main, whichever way SNHU Sapphire is going to hold, and just sort of plow into them like a freight train.
But Sapphire looks like he's going to be extremely on this on the poke here. I mean, we see Siren switching from a Tracer to a Widow, and if that's not poke, I don't know what is.
Yeah, Widow's not so much poke as
really?
Put lead in your brain. You know, I think you lose the classification of poke when you can get a one-shot cross-map headshot.
That's true. I mean, Pepto
Speaking of,
and Siren, both of them already knocking down players extremely fast here, and that Nano comes out and Prometheus just dies again, just like that. Biso is able to take him out, and they barely have cart moving.
Yeah, snipers are so oppressive on this map. There's nothing else to be said about it. Widowmaker and Hanzo are characters that can just shut the game down, absolutely slow it to a crawl, make it feel like it's just submerged in molasses, and that's what we saw that last fight. One pick came down and they froze, making a full comp swap to a full hard dive for NBF.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tree now switching to the Genji here might get a little bit more aggressive, but Prometheus going to the Winston as well, gonna do a lot of damage to Console Noob right now, and he is gonna fall to that. Not to mention One Trick as well, but both of the tanks actually will trade out here, and it's only left to Osiren and just Osiren.
Yeah, no, Widow's good, but you're not taking a Reaper on your own.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that was just great. Playing off the trades that Prometheus sort of instigated there with that Winston dive. Unfortunately, Tree does go down early, but I think it diverted SNHU's attention enough for Prometheus to get value, and now they have a little bit of space to work with.
Yeah, definitely a great swap coming out from Green here. Now they're going to be able to get really close to this point right now. A lot of fights are going to break out very soon here. We see Genji jumping around so much, and Console Noob not going to be able to hit his rock right away. But in terms of ultimates right now, we don't see too much. Our Tree will get Pepto here. Siren does have his ult, but it's not going to be too beneficial at the moment. Prometheus will fall, and Console Noob will stay alive, just barely keeping alive. One Trick doing his absolute best to just, again, just trying to heal as much as he can right now, and Green is just kind of forced to back up here.
Yeah, One Trick looked like he was playing with me there for a moment. just pumping heals exclusively into Console Noob, and it saves them the fight. Pepto's able to get a couple picks. Sorry, not Pepto. Pepto was dead. But SNHU is able to get a couple of really good picks and turn that fight, and Alpha's down already.
We see Prometheus again kind of getting knocked extremely with again with low HP. We see the Sigma ultimate again and getting 3 of them. That's a big hit for SNHU.
I mean, that's a clip. I don't think you needed it, but it's a clip.
Most definitely. I mean, it's only Alpha there. I mean, he does have his Death Blossom. I mean, he can't really do much with that all on his own here. And the card's going back. They're holding this as best as they can.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how NBF is going to use this Death Blossom here. Such a solid resource. Even if it doesn't get kills, it takes a lot of space. Puts a lot of pressure on SNHU to play safely. That's what we're going to be looking for this fight, I think.
Right, and we see the Brig ultimate come out as well. Everybody's going to get a little bit of that extra health, and the jump goes onto a Siren here, and he will fall. Tree will happily finish him off, and now the Transcendence comes out as well, but the cart is contested. They aren't able to advance forward here, and Prometheus will fall to Noob, and so many trades are happening out. We see the Death Blossom as well, getting 2 of the supports from Sapphire here, and now it's just a tank, a DPS, and the supports, and they're just fighting as much as they can, and they're gonna be able to get that point.
Yeah. Oh, Siren going down was absolutely the big red go button for NBF Green. With that Widowmaker down, there's not nearly as much pressure on any member of NBF Green, so they sort of have free reign, and Alpha has sort of free reign to press Q and get that Death Blossom out, which ended up killing 2.
Yeah, both of their supports especially there. I mean, those are your biggest people, especially on this team. I mean, when you have that, I feel like it's always just a go for that.
Oh, absolutely. These are some of the smaller things that you see come out that are go buttons, and like that. Ooh. That Flux is a go button. The beat does come out, but it's not enough to save Alpha.
Yeah, so much is just happening right now. The Prometheus and Snowball just gonna fall immediately here. Basically a team wipe, but Green does have the Winston ultimate and the Genji ultimate. I mean, I don't know how well that can work, but I'm pretty sure Prometheus can just push him back, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, I think Winston will get more value here than the Blade, and of course I'm going to caster curse it, so now Blade is going to get 5 or something here. But as I say it, Alpha goes down.
Yeah, Alpha coming down here, gonna be a little bit low, but Pepto with the pulse there, I believe, and he just didn't get a lot. Or he did. I think I missed it there.
I think it stuck a shield is what ended up happening, which is really, really unfortunate. But it scared me a little bit.
Yeah, but now Tree is gonna get a really, really close up here. He's gonna try and get a lot of kills as much as he can, and we do see that they're kind of just pushed back. We actually do see this dive come on really quick onto the supports. One trick is gonna fall. Tree coming out with the blade as well. He's gonna try and push him back as much as he can, but it's not enough. Getting both of these supports gonna be extremely big here. Prometheus does fall to a Siren, and that's almost a triple kill, but Alpha trades him right back out, and now it's only their Brig left.
Yeah, I mean, that was about as much as you can expect from a Blade coming out, especially a dry Blade. You can't really do much with it because it is a big button that says, hey, everybody in the lobby, look at me. I'm coming for your supports. Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Right.
So now NBF Green is really just going to look for huge value from this Brig ult for the Engage, and big value from the Primal Rage to come out and get the big disruption coming through. Maybe pressuring Biso to use that Transcendence early.
Yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen here. We do see a trade of the Tracers come out as well. Biso, however, is going to try and keep everybody alive as much as he can. We do see the Sigma ultimate come on once again, but he's not going to get anybody with it. Alpha will fade away, and it's just not going to be able to hit him as much. And Pepto, again, with his ultimate, going to get Baptiste. That's one of their biggest healers here. And another one on Alpha as well.
Yeah, you see, they have to commit everything that they have here, and with Alpha down, they don't have much. They get the overtime, but I don't think there's anyone to touch after this Tracer goes down.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're gonna really have too much here. I mean, so many ultimates were used. We didn't even get to see the Death Blossom come out as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a lot of small mistakes just sort of compounding over the course of 3 maps, and I think costing NBF Green a lot of opportunities that they would have liked to have back. This is going to be one of those maps that you're really going to want to just hammer down and get into the review session for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just, I feel like I don't know how much could have been changed, but I feel like both teams played really solid.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Both teams had their moments of brilliance. I think that, you know, even though I'm sort of pointing out being the bad cop in the good cop bad cop dynamic, both teams played very, very well today. I'm very excited to see how each of these teams progress in NECC. With that, speaking of, I do believe that SNHU Sapphire is now running a 5-0 record in NECC.
Ooh.
Pretty snazzy, if I do say so myself. NECC is a very great league with a lot of tough competition, so it's always good to see ourselves performing so well in such a coveted league for us.
All right, but with that is going to be the end of the game, end of the stream here. If you like what you saw, make sure you check out our socials at SNHU Esports. And tomorrow, do we have Rocket League? I don't think we have Rocket League.
We might not have Rocket League.
We might not have Rocket
sure.
League. But Monday we will be back with some Valorant.
And don't dare
sorry,
forget.
Sorry.
We have Granite State Grind.
Oh, that's right.
Coming Saturday. Great time, always wonderful. I believe signups are still open for a couple more days. It's going to be a smaller tournament just because spring break, and also there are a few major events that a lot of players are going to be traveling to. So if you've been hesitant to sort of brave the bracket, now's your time to do so. I would highly recommend it. I've been to one or two myself. They've always been really, really fun events. Just go. Just hear me out.
Yeah, you go to that, and we'll be back. We'll be back on Valorant. We'll be back Monday with some Valorant. There you go.
On this map,
Okay.
and that
Never
means
make
his
me do this
focus
again.
is away from the Ryan, which means that Ryan is not getting any healing on either side. But snooze numbers are so much better than the snipe on the Lucio cuts me off. Prometheus already low.
Yeah, Prometheus gonna get that kill on Pepto though, and Console Noob gonna try and get his supports here. A Siren gonna be able to cancel that out and get these nice shots right here off of we see the Transcendence come out as well, not to mention the Console Noob's ultimate, but the Immortality field comes down. Pepto with the Dragon though will get two, and that is one of the supports as well, and that is a team to that before any more can happen, and it looks like they're not gonna be able to cap this point right away. Just a meter away again. The Dragon coming out again, gonna get two of their main players, and now
and turn that fight, and Alpha's down already.
We see Prometheus again kind of getting knocked extremely with again with low HP. We see the Sigma ultimate again and getting three of them
on this map, and that means his focus is away from the Rhine, which means that Rhine is
Marshall Peach finds one.